TFT IZERE RWANDA of Byumba diocese organized advanced trainings on callahan TFT thought field therapy techniques to psychologists and social workers from RCS, which is Rwanda Correction Service. These techniques consist of tapping on certain meridian points on different parts of the body to cure several psychological disorders. This training took place at Byumba Diocese headquarters on 5th to 6th August 2019. From 7th to 8th August 2019, TFT IZERE RWANDA also trained new therapists at Mutete Parish. TFT IZERE RWANDA of Byumba Diocese organized these trainings to enhance and polish skills of trainees so that they can be able to treat efficiently patients with psychosocial disorders. The Bishop of Byumba Diocese, Nzakamwita Selevirien, who officially opened the training for RCS workers, recommended participants to help inmates in need, whether guilty or not. He added that anyone with psychological problems is certainly a burden to the community. A team from USA, including Dr. Caroline E. Sakai, Pastor Deborah New, and local team composed of Nahayo Adrienne and Father Auguste Nzabonimana, were trainers during the whole session. TFT IZERE RWANDA is one of the departments of Caritas of Byumba Diocese. So, Father Dushimiyimana JMV, the director of Caritas of Byumba Diocese, headed all trainings. Deputy Commissioner General Chantal of RCS, after joining participants in TFT training, she was grateful to organizers and also to participants.
It's a great opportunity for us to assist those in prison in matter of mental health. Because I think what happened to Rwandans, the shock to be in prison add another challenge. People there inside prisons, all perpetrators of genocide and the victims, all have been traumatized.
After class sessions, RCS workers took the opportunity to practice skills learned with their colleagues for a better understanding. People, after being separated from their families and friends, they feel isolated from the real world when getting inside the prisons. So, RCS workers are trained to help inmates to overcome psychological challenges faced during their time in prison.
Iyo umuntu avura n'indwara bisanzwe, ubuvura na psychology y'umuntu. Ni ukuvuga ngo bizongeraho ko umuntu utamuvura.
Normally, physical and psychological treatments go together, which means people will not only be treated physically, but also psychologically to enable a positive effectiveness of drugs prescribed. Inmates are people like others, outside having several mental problems. Some patients used to come with a stomachache caused by stress. After finishing the prescribed dose of drugs, nothing seems to be changing. I immediately thought that if I add this tapping technique to the treatment, maybe it would add some positive effects to the drugs.
Tapping technique zishobora kongerera iminini umuntu yamuhaga.
Abantu dushinzwe kureberera cyangwa dukorera ni abantu bafite ibibazo by'ihungabana ritandukanye. Urabona baba barasize imiryango.
Prisoners have different mental problems. They have left behind their families and children. With skills learned, I will be able to help them without using drugs, but using these skills so that they can have a better health, to be able to live with the situation in which they are, and to prepare their future when getting out of the prison. Prisoners that we have today are suffering from depression. During treatment, she or he immediately starts crying, telling us his or her grief. I got new skills to help them so that they may come back to a normal condition.
ibyo nzajya nkoresha kugira ngo mbafashe bongere gusubira mu buzima busanzwe.
Usanga buri wese umaze kurenga irembo yinjiye muri gereza, usanga ahita ahinduka mu mutwe ku buryo bugaragara.
Each one getting inside the prison suffers from mental disorders. At the following days, they suffer from dizziness, headache, extreme slimming, and depression. Sometimes, they refuse to eat or take medicines. We used to prescribe drugs to them, but now we have to use these skills, which do not require drugs. And I hope these skills will be useful to help prisoners to live with their condition.
Kandi mbwizeye neza yuko buzadufasha gushyira abantu kugira ngo babashe kuba muri situation binjiyemo cyangwa se muri gereza neza.
Some of them do not accept the judgment, mostly those with life prison sentence. It is a must to help them through interpersonal communication. The skills learned taught me how to approach them and apply those healing techniques. At the end, each RCS worker got a certificate of completion. TFT IZERE RWANDA also organized training to new therapists from Mutete Parish because many Mutete residents are facing problems from trauma. Mutete Parish is the most affected by the 1994 genocide atrocities than other parishes in the whole diocese. Those trainees will treat people of their community from trauma, anxiety, etc. during the period of the 1994 genocide commemoration and to other people in need. These therapists will help 1994 genocide perpetrators that the government is releasing to live in harmony with Rwandan society and their respective families. TFT IZERE RWANDA faces challenges of lack of sufficient money to manage TFT operations such as transport, buying food and water for trainees, paying monthly salaries of permanent employees, etc. Father Auguste Nzabonimana said that the Bishop of Byumba Diocese, Nzakamwita Seleviria, is keen to accomplish the construction of an incubation center, so-called Imbabazi, at Mutete Parish. This center will welcome patients with psychosocial disorder to be treated.
Kizaba ari ikigo gihuza abantu batandukanye.
This center will receive different people to be given faith and being trained, moreover, to be assisted on unity and reconciliation journey. We have already started the project. The foundation stone is already there, and we have started some construction activities, among them the hall we used today for training. Especially in this center, we will build a national museum of unity and reconciliation.
Nuko tugiye kuzubakamo nk'inzu ndangamateka y'ubumwe n'ubwiyunge mu Rwanda.
Some trainees from Mutete Parish appreciated the outcome of this TFT training. In my community, many people suffer from fear, stress, extreme fatigue, and trauma. I'll have to conduct an interpersonal communication and after to apply techniques learned to alleviate or to eradicate their problems one at all. Most people showing trauma symptoms are 1994 genocide survivors and poor people. After approaching them, I have to conduct a conversation with them in order to soften their burning heart. At the second day of training at Mutete Parish, new therapists treated patients and most of them were women. Dr. Caroline Isakai explains why women are more affected by trauma, anxiety, depression, etc.
Generally, where we have maybe less support for some of the situations they have, like sometimes with widows or single mothers, they have less of the resources and support. And if you feel alone, any of your symptoms will be magnified. Also, I think there was more poverty for the women, widows, single mothers. And so one of the things is as they can become more self-sustaining, as they can come out of poverty, as we saw with the widows at IZERE, when they become successful and prosperous, it is a very different feeling for them, and they are able to give back and help others as well.
Pastor Deborah New has a vision to help TFT IZERE Rwanda spreading tapping techniques skills all over the country, as there is a big number of patients to be treated.
It's very important to heal your nation and to make as much people to train them, because just a couple of people is not enough. So now that they're educated, the more people we educated, the faster Rwanda heals. It was horrible, the genocide, and we want to make sure that everybody, as much people, are healed. And the post-traumatic stress is not a good thing. It affects everything in a person. Like we have started, we planted the seed. Now we have to make it grow. So with the foundation, and hopefully we can get more donations from America, we can continue to work. But most important thing that I feel, though we're doing the countryside and we're doing the city like Kigali, important too is to train those within the prison. Because when it's time for them to go outside and they've done and there's transition, by inside they learn to how to take care of themselves, take care of the emotions. I'm glad it's not just the villages, Byumba, Kigali, Mutete, is to touch more. That's the only way we can do it. And that's why we have to get more funds so we can return, because this is the only team that is doing it. So it's taxing, but we're determined to make it work.
At the end, each new therapist got a certificate of completion.